neither do I condemn you. The Lord indicates that even the Supreme Judge is on the side, and yet we condemn. We are very quick to justify and excuse ourselves, if we're honest, and slow to face up to our faults and our real guilt. We minimize things in our own minds. It might be wise if we had something of that attitude with regard to the person before us, or that we are condemning in that person's absence. Judge not, and you will not be judged. Condemn not, and you will not be condemned. For the measure which you give out will be the measure that you receive. Tout savoir, c'est tout pardonner. To know all is to pardon all. If we knew all the factors, all that makes up the psychological makeup of a person's interior world, the factors that make up that person's being and history, for each person is a universe, then we would be somewhat reticent with regard to our final judgment, which we are not shy often to communicate to others. What have we to say when we also are in the balance? There's a passage in C.S. Lewis's Fern Seeds and Elephants, which refers to the soul coming to the pearly gates and having a chat with St. Peter, and beginning with a theological discussion, and Peter calmly answering that there were more pressing issues to discuss. We too need to be reminded that we will stand also in the scales. In the Imitation of Christ there is a passage which says that in examining himself, a man is always profitably employed. Such is not the case with regard to examining others. The saints, like the Curé Vase, would have been penetrating souls with the gift of knowledge. They were actually clear and were able to say things as they were, and to explode any bubble of self-illusion that might be there. Pride, vainglory, souls full of themselves. But we could be those souls. The proof is that we react when we are criticized. Things start to simmer and bubble. If we looked only unto Jesus, we would be a little more humble and less ruffled, for he is the judge, not other men. Having said that, there is a judgment that awaits us. We do notice that the Lord doesn't judge, but does invite that good lady, at least good in her potentiality, precisely, not to sin again, for there was sin, and not to acknowledge the sin, in this case of adultery, and to bless people in their sin and give them something of an ongoing comfort zone, is to encourage them to go to hell, and also to become participants in that sin. The saints like Curé Vase and Padre Pio would have warned and indicated, and and not played with a little bit of sin, and would not either give absolution if there was no purpose of amendment, for we cannot rubber stamp for sin, even less bless it. So judgment is mercy insofar as it was to get people out of there and not encourage them to get entrenched irreversibly in mortal sin. It's very unmerciful to encourage a person to be lost and not to care about the true good of his soul. Lord, give me your eyes, the penetrating gaze of mercy, to see the potential beauty in every soul that you created for glory. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.